what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Arcaea reaction. It's been a hot minute since we've had something from Arcaea, and this one was requested by Voltage in my members producer queue. And this one's gonna kill me because I don't know if it's WAiKURO or WAiKURO. I'm not sure which might be correct, and I feel like if I get it wrong, people are going to be mad at me either way. So I'm gonna say WAiKURO because it's a little bit easier to say, but if I'm wrong, by all means correct me. I don't like getting people's names wrong. But this is Alexandrite, an extended version of a song that was apparently released for Tokyo Game Show 2018 as part of this game's OST, and that's pretty cool, you know, just like a special event song. So I hope that this song lives up to that level of hype, and I guess without further ado, let's go! It also straight up just says it's trance, and I personally love trance, so I'm hoping to hear something really good. Chromatic scales, starting off strong. Oh yeah. A nice low-end heavy mix. Just enough bite in the upper end. Constant chromatic sweeps up and down. A trance staple. Gotta keep that energy alive somehow, right? And the standard pluck lead as well. I actually really like that. They're using variations of chords that feel a little bit more dark than the usual uplifting trance sound. Fits with the imagery at very least. So I assume, based off that vibe, that this character is probably a villain of some sort. It's just marginally more intense. Just hearing those little... Whew, nice pitch bend there. I'm hearing these little bits in the background. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. That's not standard trance. Yeah, definitely adding to that dark atmosphere a little bit more. Kind of corrupting the vibe a little bit. Whew. Borrowing some like closer to dubstep synths there. Again, kind of feeling like it's corrupting the sound. But then there's this. These giant sweeps of chords that don't really have any obvious beginning or end. They're kind of fading in and out of each other. See, like in this little piano lead here, it's very optimistic, so kind of adding to the story of the song a little bit more. Wonder if there's going to be anything new or if it's just going to be a loop. That feels like a different transition. More or less the same. Maybe a little bit more body. Whew. Okay, it is a little bit different for sure. Changing up the rhythm. I haven't heard trance in a minute. I listen to it a lot, but in the past couple of months I haven't heard as much of it. So this is really nice, getting to hear a different feel. I'm kind of used to the same 10 or 20 producers, and as good as they are, once in a while it's nice to branch out a bit more. Messing with the panning there at the end, kind of like sweeping both ears with the drum fill. Ooh, right up to the end, adding something slightly different. Love that. So like I was saying, always nice to hear a new sound in trance. I haven't heard this producer before, and every trance producer, while they all do have similar approaches, all approach it completely differently. I know that sounds like it doesn't make sense, but it does if you've heard enough trance, because yeah, you'll notice some similarities between basically all of them. The genre has its very obvious footholds and how to make it, but every single person has a slightly different thing to bring, a different sound, a different blend. This one had more of like a new age vibe to it, a little bit more, you know, floaty in the atmospheric stuff, which I love. And then including stuff like that dubsteppy section in the center. It wasn't necessarily dubstep, it just had the similar synths in there, just messing with stuff, creating, having some flexibility in the genre. I don't love just locking things into a single genre, even if that is mostly what that is. Like, if I were to be told to pick a genre for this, trance is it, and they obviously agreed by having trance on the screen. But at the same time, there's enough different about it that makes me go, oh, that's not just trance. It's not your average everyday trance. It's a different sound made by somebody who has different influences and has different ideas of where these synths can fit together and when to use them. Like I mentioned in there, there was like a story beat moment where the song got darker, it got more aggressive, and then that piano part came in and that felt a little bit more optimistic. Like, despite being just beaten, our hero has stood up and is now like reconfiguring in their mind how to face them, reconstructing the battle, trying to decide where they went wrong and how to fix it to be able to do it again. And if that isn't the perfect allegory for everything that I know about Arcaea, I don't know what is. I don't know much about Arcaea, but that idea of standing up and realizing what you did wrong and reacclimating your mental resources to fix that problem, to try again, that feels like the entire vibe. So I think that works very, very well. I don't know if that was the intent here, but it definitely feels like it, and it totally works in context. So I like to think that that was the goal here for this song, to build something up, to sound pretty confident all the way through, to have that moment in there where the enemy wins basically, and and then having that redemption at the end with the piano, and then how it ended up and changed a little bit at the end too, swirled around your ears, and just kind of one last thing before you go, you know, just to catch you off guard that one last time. A really, really good production. Generally good production as well too, just all over techniques. The mixing was solid. I really like the lower end heaviness that this one has. I've heard a lot of trance be very heavy in the top end, which is fine too, but this felt so much bigger. You know, that low end carries a lot of weight, literally and figuratively. If you play this on speakers out to an audience, they're gonna feel that in their chest. If you play something that's thinner for an audience, you won't feel as much of it. You need to add a little bit of body to it, layer it with something else to make it feel a little bit more present in a mix. But also, I'm not assuming that this song was made to be played to a stadium of people, so I'm sure they went in with the standard idea of, hey, this is gonna be a standalone song, let's mix it as such, and not something that's going to be used on a live show at some point that will have things fading in and out, crossfades everywhere. That would make it sound artificially more full and present. So I like how this was done. In general, really good production, just solid all the way through. I have no gripes about this one. It's pretty much the best possible outcome for making a trance song with a little bit of new age flair, a little bit of atmospheric stuff tossed in there, and changing it up a little bit while also making something that has a story instead of just being music to hype a crowd. So they did a really good job on this one. Fantastic work. But I think I've yapped enough about this one, so thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to request something else by them or anyone else, by all means, drop in the comments below and I will do my best as always to get to those. Or if, like Voltage did, you want to guarantee something from me, you can always go to my Patreon or my YouTube memberships. I have a tier that will force me to listen to whatever you want me to listen to. It can be good, it can be bad, it can be from anyone, by anyone, from any game, doesn't matter. That's why it's a guaranteed request. But if you don't want to do any of that and you maybe just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!